Councilman, this question is definitely for you. I mean, we've heard, and I'm sure many of us in here, when you ask people about voting, many people say, why vote? What's the point? Nothing's going to change. So as a city councilman, what are some of the biggest challenges that you face regarding that political process?
I'm probably going to answer a small sport of question. So one, I just want to acknowledge the most important person here, the timekeeper. He forgot to announce that. We had somebody holding us to it. But thank you, Westpac, for having me here. Also, hopefully at some point, I know we recognize an elected official, but I didn't get their names. I'm hoping we have the ability to do that as an elected official. One thing I'm thankful for the minister pointing out that voter apathy is universal, not just in the black community. We have a tendency to ask questions as if the black community is doing something different than anyone else. But I will say the black community can't afford to do what other people do because they are in a different situation. That's a very important distinction to make, and we have to push that. I also always want to make sure, I forgot who said it, because a lot of people, the one thing the Orange Man, the White House, has done, he's a great organizer. Everybody's coming out now, which I appreciate. He's doing the devil's work, and all the people of God are kind of organizing around that. But I always want to make sure he made it clear that it didn't start with him. There was a lot of people, including Democrats, who laid a fertile ground for this to take apart. Hello? Just want to make sure, including Democrats that laid a fertile ground. And most of the places where particularly black and brown people are catching hell, I don't know if I can say that, I just did, there are Democratic leadership from the governor to the mayor to the city council that are in those places. And they are the problem just as well. And so one thing I'm hoping that the community learns is nobody should take the black community's vote for granted. I'm hoping that we'll learn that as we're going through this process. The apathy is one thing that you do have to push back on. And of course, in these communities, people are dealing with a lot of issues that others aren't. So people are working 2 and 3 jobs. People are trying to figure out where they're going to live. The important thing is to try to connect what they're dealing with from the how much you're paying for a bag of M&Ms to that job you don't have is connected. So people say they don't deal with politics, and I'm like, you do. You're just not connected to the high level, which we have to make sure that you are. The other thing is I often hear people say, I don't get involved in that because of things like you said. Doesn't mean anything is bad. And the analogy I make is, I concur. You would probably say the same thing about capitalism, the system we're in, but you wouldn't tell anybody not to get a job and make money because that's a tool that you need. So while it's bad, my thing is to use every tool that you have to try to make it better.
Okay, thank you.